Did Spencer Rattler show us anything to get excited about moving forward?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, the first half he looked amazing in the first half, and I was really excited about what we were seeing there. The only misses were a drop pass and a throwaway, and then there was like another. I don't know if it would have been a touchdown or like right down to the one. That play got taken away by a holding. Like the holding helps the play get off, but he still kind of navigated the pocket well, extended the play, got the throw off, and all that. Like he did his part within it, even though the offensive line didn't do their part within it. But that was another play that went away. Second half, I think kind of some of the warts came out a little bit. Missed some passes high, kind of threw some guys into trouble. Had the 2 turnovers. The team didn't do him any favors. I mean, he lost a nice pass on the last drive due to OPI. They had some plays get disappeared. It seemed, I think both his turnovers came maybe immediately after a flag took away a positive play right before it. So, I mean, the degree of difficulty isn't. It's tough. It's tough kind of in this situation. But the first half, I mean, man, it was like, wow, they can't play Derek Carr even if he's healthy. And then after the second half, it's like, well, they can kind of do whatever they want here. There's no right or wrong answer, I don't think. But, yeah, I mean, look, I'd like to see him keep playing, though. Because, look, I think Bo Nix is a good example. Like, when we saw him play the Saints, it was like, this guy is inaccurate. He can't hit passes. Like, he still found the way to win, got some plays done and everything like that. But then – you see him in game sense last night. That was yesterday, right? They played yesterday. Yeah, I mean, he looked really good in that game. He's hitting some big-time throws. I would like to see him keep getting work. I don't know what it would be or what it wouldn't be, but if you're losing games and you aren't making the playoffs and all that stuff, yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him keep getting work.
Yeah, a half was enough for me to be encouraged. I didn't want that one Washington second half where he came off the bench to be the one. Was it a fluke? So it's good. Look, we're going to see highs and lows from Spencer Rattler, obviously, but we needed to see a couple of highs. We've now seen a couple of highs in halves, in doses. But I think I've seen enough from Spencer Rattler to believe he will be ready next year if they want this to be the year we all hope it is, which is the cheap quarterback year, regroup, cut your losses, sign a cheap veteran quarterback. And look, if Spencer Rattler has to start, it might not be pretty. Look, we just saw Aiden O'Connell. That's what the Raiders did this year. I'm not saying they have a blueprint, but the Raiders had Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew start for him, and Aiden O'Connell didn't look lost. He just led them to a victory in the Superdome today. I think that could be a floor for Spencer Rattler. I've compared him to Will Levis a bunch. I know he got bench this year. So these aren't but it's just it's not too big for him that he can't go have his season. Just let's try it out. Let's try a cheap quarterback while this team cuts its salary losses, catches up on the cap, rebuilds some of the young. That's what I'm ready to see from this team. And I think Spencer Rattler has shown enough to be in that mix next year and not looked completely overwhelmed. So that was enough of a starter kit for me. We're going to have to see a lot more next year. But this was encouraging in that sense. He looked like a guy who can go out there and start some games in the NFL and not be overwhelmed by it.
For sure. Sometimes when you want to see what somebody is made of, you have to put them through a trial by fire. And I don't know how much more fire you can put Spencer Rattler through. You have him out there with guys who, either weren't on the starting roster to start the season or, just haven't arrived yet in a certain sense. Not saying that they won't, but there's a reason why coming out of camp, a lot of these guys were on practice squads or free agents and things like that. But, I mean, man, I know life isn't fair, but I would like to see him get a fair shake with a healthy offensive line, with a healthy receiving core, running backs that are healthy. Just something to say.
So we can get a fair evaluation.
Exactly. Yeah. And Rizzy was asked that in the postgame, what did you think of Spencer? He's like, I can't even really tell you that right now. And you hit the nail on the head the other day when you said the grade you have to give him is an incomplete, because this is an incomplete look at, okay, this dude is out here trying to make it happen. The one touchdown that
I don't want to make it like an excuse-a-thon for him, though. I think he definitely doesn't see blitz very well. I think he misses high way too much. And honestly, if we're going to talk about people throwing people into danger, he has a real problem with that. There's guys taking hits and getting hurt in games. Some of that stuff needs to be seen a little bit better. And again, I think everything we're saying is fair, but I don't want it to come off like we're sitting here and not criticizing him and calling him the golden boy and all that shit. Right. I think it would be, if you give Derek Carr the healthy offensive line and all the receivers in the running game and everything, it's going to look another way too. Things aren't going to be perfect, and you got to make things look a little bit better. Definitely incomplete. Definitely all that stuff's fair, but I just don't want it to come off. And I'm not correcting anyone here. I just don't want it to come off like we're sitting here acting like this guy can't be criticized. Like, there is definitely stuff he doesn't do well enough, but I want to see him, like, see if he can grow and learn from the stuff. The blitz thing, though, is probably my biggest beef with him. Like, he does not see it. He didn't see it in game 1. I don't think he sees it good enough in start 5. Like, that's something that definitely I think needs to shift a little bit.
Yeah, and look, how much crap did we give Jameis Winston for because he came here with a reputation about throwing those interceptions as almost like treating the ball like a hot potato. Spencer Rattler has done that a couple times, but look, I compared him to Aiden O'Connell and Will Levis, so I'm not worried that I gave him golden boy treatment.
The one thing I do think he does, though, like I think he handles the pocket better than Carr for sure. Like, definitely, you see some movement in there for sure.
Yeah, no question that there are warts. I mean, he's a rookie. He's a 5th-round pick for a reason. He has things.
It's the only way to find out is playing time. You need playing time to find anything out.